What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my episode 2 of the Not So Perfect series. On this episode, I actually changed a bit. I was going to talk about something else, but for this one, since Halloween holiday season has started, starting with Halloween and everything, kind of wanted to get into the holidays a little bit, just kind of my thoughts on it and everything like that. But we just passed Halloween. As I mentioned before in the first video, I'm a Christian now, so I kind of have some different views on it. I was, very curious as a kid, so like I looked into like different spiritualities, into, kind of the meaning behind Halloween and everything like that, and not from like a Christian point of view, but just from like a general standpoint. And personally, like, I can understand, kids enjoying Halloween. Like, that doesn't, I don't have any opinions on that other than, watch out for your kids because people are crazy out here and you can find anything in their candy these days. But also being careful, like, if kids are going out on their own, which I still think there should be an age limit on that, but if kids are going on their own, making sure you could trust the kids, I still think there should be at least one parent with them at all times. But again, that's just my opinion, especially with this crazy world. But more from like, there's Christians that, don't celebrate Halloween. I don't know if Halloween really is celebrated. It's just more of kind of, I'll put it from this point of view. And from what I know in like Jewish communities, like they have their own holiday where they dress up in costumes, the kids, get treats and stuff like that. So like the actual concept for children about Halloween, I don't think that's the issue. I feel like it's a how do I put it? It's a perspective, it's a point of view. So I'm just gonna like put the kids to the side for a minute and talk about like the actual celebration of Halloween. So, the origin, from what I understand, is like the costumes and everything. It's like a way for entities, if you will, to, disguise themselves as something else, something, that you missed before their eye. And I feel like besides that point, Halloween rolls around to me and I don't know, it's like a one night thing where people make it more than what it is. Like, I understand all these scary movies come around, and that's an issue in itself because in all honesty, there's always scary movies coming out. It's just that I feel like over the years, Halloween has kind of been twisted to what it actually like should be. Like, it should be more targeted towards like, kids being able to dress up in costumes and enjoy candy, sweet treats, whatever the case. And it should be like centered around more of a fall theme, like, hey, fall's here, versus, oh, we're using costumes to disguise ourselves or for bad people to do bad things. Like, I don't know. I feel like even as a Christian, like, Halloween just shouldn't be portrayed as what it is. And the movies that come out during that time shouldn't be, taking advantage of something that should really be about like the kids being able to enjoy a holiday. So besides that, moving on. So next holiday for, I'll put it for like Americans, right? Like Thanksgiving comes around. Canada has their own Thanksgiving. And people celebrate it differently or they don't celebrate it at all. Again, Thanksgiving comes around and it's, people make it about the food. They make it about, being off from work, being off from school, making it into more of like a vacation situation than an actual holiday. Like, let's not forget, like, Halloween, Thanksgiving is, you're meant to actually appreciate everything that you have in that moment, because let's not forget that the origin of where Thanksgiving came from, it was a trick. So you know, it's not so much to remember the past as it is to, you know, be thankful for everything that you have. Be thankful that you have a roof over your head if you have one. Be thankful because there's people that don't. Be thankful that you have food on the table. You know, leftovers is a whole other topic I'm gonna touch in just a second. But like for Thanksgiving, it's like just be thankful. That's the whole purpose of what we should be making it about, instead of like this, it's just artificial, like this artificial meaning of what Thanksgiving is, you know? So just kind of like a PSA out there, like, you know, everyone in America is coming around Thanksgiving. Let's not forget what it's actually about, number one. And number two, like, you know, take advantage of the moment that if you're surrounded by your family and friends, just say, hey, thank you, I appreciate you. Or say, like, you know, tell them that you care about them, tell them that you love them. Because in all honesty, like, I've been around a lot of death in my life and everything like that. So, you know, for me, you know, you never know when's the last day you're gonna talk to somebody. You never know what they're going through. You never know, like for yourself, if you're going through something, like I guarantee you the people around you don't know. Because let's be serious, in this society, we put up such a wall, um, such a fake portrayal of what we're actually going through, instead of just being able to trust and to let people in. And you know, it's sad, it really is. So you know, Thanksgiving, yeah, okay, it's a holiday, but you know, be thankful. You know, Thanksgiving, be thankful that you have what you have, because there's people out there that don't have a shelter. There's people out there that don't have food, that don't have family, that don't have friends. You know, I can't imagine, like I've seen so many videos of like abandoned like places, people, and coming from the like medical field, like I've seen so many people that, you know, they're going through what they're going through and they have nobody there. All they have is the nurses, the doctors, and everyone around them. And it's sad. So, you know, Thanksgiving rolls around and it's like, yeah, I want to joke around with my family and friends. Yeah, I want to have a good time and eat all this good food. But that's not why I'm there, you know? And I gotta be thankful for my husband for this, but like before him, my family didn't say grace. I'll be very transparent about that. I don't even remember a day in my childhood where we ever said grace at the table. I learned that from him. I learned that from some of my elementary school friends and their families. Like, I never understood the purpose of grace up until, you know, me and my husband got together. Because in all honesty, like, if you don't believe in God, okay, that's one thing. But just be thankful to the people that provided you the food. Maybe you don't believe in God, but you can at least be grateful that you have it, you know? You could at least be grateful that, you know, whoever prepared it for you. And if you cooked, you know, think about it. If you cooked and spent all that time, people spend days cooking. I know I have. So, you know, be thankful. Be thankful for those that do that work and put the work in there, because you know, they don't, as much as they like love to see like people be happy and stuff like that, the people that do the work would love to be appreciated too, you know? And you know, for those that are Christian or believe in God or believe in something greater, you know, God is the reason we have everything, you know? So why not for those that don't say grace, or maybe you don't have to say grace like as a family if not everybody believes in it, but say it in your head, you know, think about it, like be intentional about it, because in all honesty, God's always listening. And for those that don't believe in him, you know, it wants to be appreciated. Everybody wants to be appreciated at some point in their life. And honestly, if you say you don't, you're lying. So when it comes to Thanksgiving, I just want like everybody to remember that what Thanksgiving stood for and the origin of it is, it's an issue in itself. And I'm not saying to forget that, but I'm saying that don't let the sacrifices of those people be for nothing. Don't let it be for nothing. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate everything that you have around you. And don't just stop at Thanksgiving. Don't even start at Thanksgiving. Start now, or, don't stop there. Because in all honesty, your next day, your tomorrow is not guaranteed. Be grateful for the day that you're living and be grateful for the air that you breathe. So that's my 2 cents on Thanksgiving. Then we roll around to Christmas. Christmas for the kids, Santa Claus, if they believe in Santa Claus, the gifts, anything else than what it's supposed to be about rolls about. And like for me personally, like, I think about like my Puerto Rican family that they celebrate Three Kings Day, so for those that know, they know. But it's not about the gifts, people. It's not about who can give the most expensive gift. It's not about who can show the most, or host the most extravagant Christmas party. That's not what it's about. Christmas should be about being kind of similar to Thanksgiving, but being around family. And for those that are spiritual or religious, whatever you want to call it, there's a whole other meaning behind Christmas. Now, there's some theories about Christmas not being Jesus's real birthday and everything like that. That's out there, and whatever you believe is fine. I honestly don't have an opinion on it. I'm just like, let's just go back to what Christmas is supposed to be, right? Like, why are we so focused on what it's not or what it is? Like, let's just appreciate, for those that celebrate Christmas, like what it should be about, right? You're spending time with your family, and if you don't have family nearby, then you're spending it with someone, right? Someone. And for those that are alone on the holidays, I feel for you. Like, I really do feel for you, because I know that's hard, because you watch all these movies that everybody's surrounded by their loved ones, or meet somebody and they make it some romantic expectation. Like, I don't personally, I don't celebrate Christmas for any of that. I celebrate Christmas because decorating the tree is, personally we do, but technically decorating the tree is, it's an activity you do together. It's something you do as a family. It's something you have fun with. You listen to music, you drink hot chocolate, etc. So when it comes to Christmas, like, just try to look at it from a positive intent. It's not about the gifts. It's the thought. Don't get me wrong, like, it's definitely the thought that counts if you do participate in gift giving. I know families that don't, but you're meant to do stuff together. You're meant to be around people. You're meant to be able to celebrate, being together, and New Year's comes around. You're celebrating the New Year's, what you do for New Year's, etc. But, why don't we start by, appreciating the fact that we do have another year? Or like, when your birthday comes around, whenever your birthday is, appreciate that you just celebrated another year of your life. People make resolutions and say that they're going to accomplish new things, etc., etc. But in all honesty, like, why is it that we always wait until New Year's to start stuff or to stop bad habits? Like, why are we always constantly as a society waiting until tomorrow to do something? Like, why can't you just make a decision to start today? For example, I have the ring light on. It is dark outside. You know, I've been thinking about like, oh, what am I gonna say for this video? Like, I know my thoughts and everything like that, but I'm just letting it roll out. Because in all honesty, if I constantly second guess like what I was gonna do or what I was gonna say for a video, these would never get recorded. These would never get posted. So, and you know, like when it comes to like, side note, but when it comes to like, you know, having these holidays, it's like, why do we wait until the holidays to get together with people? Why do we wait until the holidays to enjoy the food that we want to enjoy? Why is it that we wait until New Year's to start like resolutions like going to the gym? Like, we should be doing that anyways. It's good for our bodies to stay in motion. Doesn't mean you have to go to the gym to do it. There's so many online things you can watch. Shoot, YouTube is free, people. Like, if you're worried about where to start and if you don't have access to stuff like that, then okay, how about this? Just keep your body in motion. Your body's meant to move, walk, dance, run if you like running. Personally, I can't, but you know, it's like, stop waiting until the new year to make that an excuse of why you're gonna start something or stop it. So that's that. Now we filter on like the other like miscellaneous holidays, not most common ones. I mean, there's St. Patrick's Day, but I feel like people just use that as an excuse to drink and party. There's Valentine's Day that, you know, people are so concerned about who loves them and who doesn't. Like, dude, it's Valentine's Day. You know, why don't you start with loving yourself? You can't love anybody else until you love yourself. So why don't we start there? Let's see, what else am I missing? Well, I'll just leave it at that. There's miscellaneous holidays in between. But when it comes to the concrete, like, truthfully, I think it's like the concrete four: Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. When it comes to those four, like, you know, stop just following what everybody does around you. Like, you know, make it meaningful, be grateful, you know, don't use it as an excuse to do something that you really want to do. Now, like, you know, good people will always have good intentions, right? So for those of you that are good people or want to become good people, you have to start with your intentions. So now, wow, you might have a good intention to do something. Are you actually backing it with action? That's number two. Like, yes, have a good intention, but are you actually, that's my dog. Are you actually backing it with action, you know? Because then if you just have a good intention and you're still doing bad, like, you're just defeating the purpose of even having the good intention in the first place. But with that being said, for anyone watching, I'd love to know what traditions you have for the holidays. I know different families have different things. So comment below. You could pick one, you could do any of the holidays, but I think the typical two are usually like Thanksgiving and Christmas when it comes to traditions. But if for like Halloween or New Year's or any of those, just comment below what your favorite tradition is or what your family does. But for now, this is it, and I'll see you guys next week with the next episode. See ya.